Hey there, it's Ryan with iMinnesotaNice.com. Today, day 61 of 365. It's early in the morning.
It's very early in the morning. It's like 6 o'clock or something.
Or something. I got up at 5 to get. What time did you get up to get here, though?
I got up earlier than 5.
Yeah.
It's like 4.
Oh, no.
That's when my alarm went off. But I was actually up before that for whatever reason.
Sure.
And so I just stayed up. So I've been up for a while.
Oh, wow.
When the sun actually rises, I will have probably put in half a day off. So that's okay.
That's busy. That's all right. I just want to thank everybody for watching the videos. It's a daily project. Today's day 61 of 365. I've done one video every single day, which is crazy for me. It's a big project in itself. But I wanted to talk to Mark about your impression of what the video is, the project is doing. And I've done a video for Mark, so you'll see that later. You'll see that in next Tuesday. So,
I got to tell you that your project is pretty cool, and it's been pretty exciting to watch all of the various, businesses and projects or things that you're featuring. And here's the thing, we live in a pretty crazy time.
Right.
We live in an economy that some would say is close to being depressionary, and there's so many things that we want to do, but the reality is that we always assume that we have to do those somewhere else.
Right.
And what your site's doing, and for people in Minnesota, is that it's saying, to borrow a phrase, no passport required, man.
Right.
Right here in your own community or in your own county or ultimately in the state, there are some amazing things that are happening, right? And you and I talked about that a couple days ago.
Yeah.
That if you park yourself in the middle of the state, which is about where we are in
St.
Cloud, you're talking about what? 3 hours, maybe 3:15.
Yeah, even from Minneapolis. You're pretty much in the center of the state, more or less, and it's 3 hours to Duluth, and it's 3 hours to Iowa. Pretty much. There's so many things.
And about 3 hours to
which way you can go.
Yeah. So, I think that's amazing that the inspiration that you had to do this to begin to feature people in our state and businesses in our state and cool little things in our state, because we take a lot of the stuff that's around us for granted.
It's true.
And I think it's pretty cool, You were talking yesterday, and I didn't see that video, but you were talking about this, one of your favorites, the people who wrap the canes.
Funky Mobility, the Crush. Yeah.
So that's a unique thing that's happening right here in Minnesota. And, unless it makes it on CNN or, you know what I mean?
Right,
or, it's not that people don't want to know about it, but
yeah, they have no conduit,
Exactly.
One of my biggest goal is these small business owners, the guys that don't have a lot of money, they don't have this big advertising budget to, shout at the world, hey, we're here. So, I'm looking for those little guys that can just, take the 15, 20 minutes, do a video, show me around, and catch that stuff. It's so great. I love doing it.
Everything, we say, it's all about relationships. And we talk a lot about word of mouth.
Right.
Right. So you are helping. You are that word of mouth.
I try to be. Yeah. I want to be that guy that brings you into that new restaurant, or brings you into that little boutique store, or shows you this manufacturer that's doing this process right in your backyard that you never knew even existed. And my biggest driver is social media.
Yep.
So. There's no outward advertising. There's no newsprint. There's no billboards. Although I'd like a billboard at some time because it would be a really good impression.
To the folks at Lamar advertising.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like a billboard sometime. I'll trade you out. Anyway. So it's really neat to see that following come together too. I call they're called followers, but more often than not, I try to position myself where I can get out and meet people too. Yeah. So when I get a follower on Twitter, let's say, I really do my best to turn them into a friend, bring them into my world, really meet them in real life. I have an in real life list that I try to keep updating, so I can make these connections. And it's not about who's got the most followers or whatever. It's really who's making those conversations, who's making the connections, who's making friends in real life. and building, their core following of people, really.
Well, we get to be on this journey with you, and that's the cool thing. And I mean, think about all the people that, when day 365, which this year, as you kindly pointed out to me yesterday, is actually going to be day 366, leap year.
Yeah, it's a leap year.
You'll hear a little bit about that during our conversation, but we get to go on this journey with you. But think about what you've done. I mean, think about the people you're meeting, the places you're seeing, and you will see over the course of this year. We get to ride along with you, and we benefit from your expertise. But I mean, you're living that every day.
Yeah.
You can be, whatever doesn't make it on the reel, ends up on the editing room floor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all part of the experience that you have.
Right.
And you'll become, as you already are, a great ambassador for the state and for the people of the state.
Yeah. It's just such a great community, and I don't know. Everybody gets locked in their little bubble, and they know what they know around them, but they don't know this next level.
Exactly.
Minnesota is a great place, great resources, great knowledge, great hardworking people. So.
And I love the fact that you're planning on, one of the things that we are all known for as Minnesotans.
Right.
I mean, think about, the fact that we are Minnesota nice. That language or that phrase that's been used to describe us, right? I mean, remember, was it a month or two ago, a debate when, two Minnesotans, former Governor Pawlenty and Congresswoman Bachmann went at each other, and then the first thing, the headlines the next morning was, "What happened to Minnesota nice?" You know what I mean? So
exactly.
I mean, so you're actually. I mean, we don't want to. I don't know that we want to remember. We don't want to associate Minnesota nice with that.
No, not necessarily. But it's a common term.
It's here. It's something that's something that people recognize us for.
I'm 32 now. You're a little bit older than me, but I remember when I was young. That 10 to 15 years old. I remember people talking about Minnesotans that moved away to California, Florida, wherever, and they're looking for jobs. And I remember these stories that Minnesotans will get a job before anybody else from anywhere else in the country. So if you move to California and you're from Minnesota, it's that hard work, that good working ethic, the friendly, kind person will get a job before just about any. And that, inspired me way back then. I mean, that's 15 years ago now. I still remember those stories.
We're from Lake Wobegon. Come on.
Right.
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 We're the Garrison Keillor generation.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think there's something to be said for that. So I mean, I applaud what you're doing, and I think it's pretty cool. And as people get to know you and know your site and discover, what's the world that's around them through your eyes and through your conversations, I think the state's going to be an even better place to be.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to get somebody else's opinion.
Yeah, keep up the great work. Glad to get you in my inbox every morning with the
videos. You are signed up.
I am subscribed, and I encourage people to subscribe because if you don't remember to go to IamMinnesotaNice.com site every day, at least you get the post, know what the video is, and then if you don't have time to watch it now.
And most of the videos are 5 to 10 minutes long. So it's real manageable. It's really consumable. You can watch that.
And they're really cool. I mean,
they're really.
I mean, they're exactly what we're doing now.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And sometimes you walk around with your, which I think is hilarious.
It's a lot of people, especially when I'm biking. I'll do this when I'm biking, and people are like, "You're biking and videotaping at the same time?"
Yeah. Some of us bike and videotape. Some of us text and drive. Right.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't do that. Well, thank you.
Hey, you're
I
welcome.
appreciate it. You can find Mark at theconversationhub.com. I'm going to we did a podcast.
Yes.
So
if you're watching this and you want to hear a little bit more of the backstory behind Ryan and I Am Minnesota Nice, swing by our website on Tuesday, October 4th for episode number 68, and anytime after that.
Yeah, anytime after Tuesday.
Tuesday, you can hear the backstory on Ryan and everything he's doing. So.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
All right, I'm Ryan with IamMinnesotaNice.com. Still looking for more places to find, so if you know of one, shoot me an email, Ryan at IamMNice.com. Really easy to find. Difficult one.
Yeah.
Check out the other videos. Sharing the best of Minnesota.